Kufuor.
He wasn't a vice president.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So it's in relation to their performance at the poll. But David, you see,
another plus for Bawumia.
You see, but I also agree and say that the Kufuor before 2007 has served as Attorney General. And if you know Ghana, then when we were turning power,
during the
the constitutional
of the immediate past,
the 10 Pamabako and the former NIA boss was part
that the party has announced the election of flag bearer
high profile cases
on the 31st of January 2026.
Had some grounding. It's not as
we deem it important to let the rank and file of our party know our thinking in 2007 and our observations as we choose a leader for the 2028 election.
So these people also didn't come to
following extensive consultation with all aspirants,
they were men
and after a thorough assessment of their vision, their competence,
the Legon observer
to the
in 92, how many people were able to speak?
We are
so they didn't come to the table as men of
beyond any reasonable doubt
came to the table as
that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the best candidate to lead the MPP.
Was visible. Before in 1996, he was able to convince somebody like Hawkins to abandon violence and come work with them. Today, the alliance. So there were no men of straw.
For me, I know
220 former MMDCs.
Bawumia and Brian Champong and co. They're just testing the waters of building something for the future.
David, right?
Building something for the future. I'm being honest. They will not get it. I'm Brian Champong, Patrick Bawumia and co. But I'm asking the key people in there, the ones that many people will say, well, listen, they deserve it. Educhum, Dr. Bawumia, and let's say Kennedy. Out of these, let's say these three, Keke, who is best suited to lead the MPP to either win or do better in the 2028 elections?
David, I've answered you. I'm saying that based on the current makeup of the MPP, how they want to rush things and all that, they will not get time to do the necessary reforms. You don't have time. Patrick Bawumia, in fact, in that interview yesterday confirmed, as he speak, as a member of parliament, a very senior member of the MPP party, he doesn't know what is in the Okwe report. Parliamentarians of the MPP caucus, from 169 to 137, they've not done a proper analysis of the high attrition that they've suffered. So they don't know. So I'm saying that if you don't know all these things, and you are going into an election, then your best bet will be the man who led you to the defeat. So that you assume that the lessons that led to your defeat will be learned and you bring on board. Because you see, the way they are going, if they bring a new candidate, and with all the mud they've thrown against themselves, what happens again? You need to build a certain semblance of credibility again. You need to build a certain new marketing strategy again. But you've already destroyed Bawumia. What his views on economics is known already. His views on LGBT are known. His views on the currency are known. So you bring him again. And I'm saying that will not be a novelty within the MPP, except 92. Kufuor went 96. They brought him back in 2000. Kufuor 3 times. They brought him back. So Bawumia is his first try. As to whether he will win or not, it's a different conversation.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, who does the party need? You are saying, for example, that based
your question, who does the party need?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So the party, that is Bawumia.
But I'm saying...
who can win power?
Who can win power?
Who the party needs is the same as who can help them win.
No, they are not. They are two different things. They are two different things.
That's what I said. Going into the 2020 election, that's what I said earlier. Going to 2020
Okay, if you qualify like that, then...
No, that's what I said earlier.
Okay.
That's the same qualification I gave. Because you know where you are right now. Unfortunately, when, for example, I spoke to this lecturer at K University, Dr. Amachi Boateng.
Yeah.
He also has issues.
Yeah.
And he and I talked about the fact that this Makokwe report has not been made available for people to get to understand what they were able to find and then how they are tackling that issue. Dr. Amachi Boateng raised it with me.
Yeah.
So I am asking, if all these things are there, and you're going to present the same person, is it the person that can help the MPP win the 2020
You see,
elections?
David, my honest view is that the MPP lost 2024 elections, in my honest view, based on the economy. When you read the research surveys we analyzed in the lead up to the election, it was palpable. The 4-5 key dominant issues people raised leading up to the election were the economy. Under the economy was the cedi, inflation, cost of living. They raised issues about employment. They raised issues about roles and all these things. Bawumia cannot divorce himself from these issues. 2 was the posture of the president then. David, you may not like Bawumia, but you cannot say that he had a posture like a Kufuor. What people find issue with Bawumia is what he couldn't do or what William Ruto did in Kenya and he couldn't do. William Ruto took policy stance against Uhuru and won the elections. People felt Bawumia, I believe in the school of thought that he should have done some of these things. E-levy, we know he took a stance against it. But there are some issues that people felt that he should have commented that he did not. That I fault him with. But David, when you look at the crop of people who've been met, I don't think the MPP has enough time to market the candidate, to project the candidate. You see, the time is limited. So for me, as we speak, I would think Bawumia will be their best bet. But the people around Bawumia should be looked at again. That is those who ran his campaign for 2024. 1. 2, he shouldn't pick Napo as his running mate again.
I don't think,
I speak here,
I don't think that would ever happen.
As I sit here, I cannot directly pinpoint his contribution to the campaign. I cannot. But David, even if they want to bring Bawumia again, and I said it the last time, they need to occasion a proper reset to understand the candidacy of Bawumia. Bawumia is coming from a region where the vote advantage the MPP get, constituencies can cancel it. Bawumia is coming from a minority tribe, and I've always said this, that no matter how we do not like it, you cannot do a proper analysis of an African election without religion and ethnicity. They must know that Bawumia is the first Muslim flag bearer on a major political party in the Fourth Republican dispensation. He is the first Muslim. That is predominant. The MPP wanted to cure a certain narrative. Kofo, Buzia, Ekufuado, Dankwa, Edu Domboso. They need to test that thing that they did in 2024 to data to understand, was it the candidature? I don't know, David, if you get me. I'm saying that me as we speak now, Bawumia is most preferred based on what the people have talked to and all that. But before they bring him, they must do 3 things largely. They must assess his candidature because he comes with a lot of history. Because even within the Northern Bloc, I'm told that his ethnic group is the minority of a sort. He's the first Muslim on a major ticket. Ali Muhammad tried it in 2007. It didn't work. They need to assess him on that leg. They need to assess him on the running mate aspect. Because, David, you and I know conversations where it seems to me that Napo was more of a party decision than the flag bearer's decision. And we are told in 2007, when Akufo-Addo, the party decision of Haji Halima Mahama, what's the name? Halima, the former local government ambassador to US, Akufo-Addo said that no. And Kofo insisted that young man from Bank of Ghana can help us, and they brought Bawumia, and he stuck with him for 3 times. The third leg will be that if what you are hearing is true, that the Akufo-Addo is going to Brian now, what will make someone who has served Akufo-Addo from 2008, and that will mean what? 2008 to 2015 will mean what? 17 years. Abandon him now. They need to occasion research into that. If the research findings show that he is not a suitable candidate, the likes of Patrick Bawumia is there. In going up to the election, if you remember, my favorite running mate was Kwabena Japan. Because they told us they needed an Ashanti, someone who understands the base of the MPP, someone who has gravitas. Kwabena Japan was suited. There's Kwabena Japan there, there's Patrick Bawumia there, he has Ashanti roots from Japan. Educhum is similarly experienced now, 9 years in Parliament. He has some semblance of track record as education minister.
So yeah. Before we activate the phone lines, I remember last Friday when I think it was Thursday. Yeah. When we gauged the mood again, I raised the issue of time not being on the side of the NPP. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as if some of the rules of engagement is being adhered to. So don't openly come and endorse they are openly somewhat doing it. Don't do this and that, they are openly doing it. Don't attack, they are openly attacking it. Do you think that between now and their July Congress, between now and their 2026 presidential primaries, they can be able to manage situations such that people will be mindful with their utterances and will not be doing things that could push the party down the drain further? Because people are